So far, God Usopp has not had any major character defining moment in Wano, which is pretty strange in itself because Usopp is a character who has consistently had some very character defining moments in every single arc which he has been a part of. It's not just limited to Dressrosa, but if we go all the way back, it starts from Alabasta in itself. In Alabasta, we had the entire shenanigans with Mr. 4, then there was Anis Lobby and Sogeking burning the flag of the world government, and then there was even Shabondi, where he literally fell down on a celestial dragon. So all of these things are pretty huge in themselves, and then there was obviously Dressrosa, where he got the epitaph of God Usopp because he literally saved all the people from the tyranny of sugar. Now the way in which all of these things unfolded for us the readers, they were very funny, hilarious, yet spectacular at the very same time, and therefore I believe that this saga is going to continue even in Wano, and therefore I guess there's something very big in store for Usopp, or rather God Usopp, especially involving the people of Flower Capital as well as Onigashima in itself. So hello and welcome to Advisey, my name is Som and thank you so much for joining in. In this video we're going to talk about God Usopp and why I feel like he's going to have a character defining moment where he saves the people of Flower Capital from the falling Onigashima, and therefore it's going to solidify his name in the form of God Usopp. Moreover, this time it's the CP0 who is going to literally witness all of these things, and therefore his quote-unquote lies are going to be solidified and made into truth even more now in this particular arc. But before all of that, please note that this video is going to contain spoilers from the latest chapters of the manga. You have been warned, especially if you are an anime only fan. Now in One Piece chapter 1023, we finally get to witness the adult dragon form of Momo, and it seems like people are almost certain that he's the person who is going to save Onigashima from falling onto the Flower Capital. But I feel like there's something more to all of these things. It just doesn't fit the equation properly, and the sort of X element or X factor here is none other than Usopp. So far in the Onigashima war, he has been just tagging along with other people, be it Nami or be it with Chopper and the other guys. He has not had a moment to shine essentially, other than maybe the ulti and page 1 standoff, but even then it was more of a Nami show there, not an Usopp show in itself. So therefore, I feel like he is more suitable to appear in a situation where there are all the people who are literally watching him, who are literally able to see him, and therefore he's going to perform his task, which is going to solidify his name as literally God D Usopp, or jokes apart, simply God Usopp. So what essentially is going to happen here? Now this is obviously just a theory of mine and it might be wrong, but I feel like there's a lot of merit to it. So from the moment Onigashima rose in the air because of the actions of Kaido, there was a lot of talk going on as to who is eventually going to save Onigashima. The talk suggested from Luffy gaining his awakening, where he's going to use his rubber powers to save Onigashima from falling over the Flower Capital. Then there was obviously the talks about Momo and how he's probably going to transform into his dragon form and use the thunder clouds, the dragon clouds, to save Onigashima. And currently after One Piece chapter 1023, it seems like that's actually going to be the case, but we have to understand here that Momo is still essentially a kid. Only his body has been transformed into the age of 28, but still he has the mind of an 8-year-old and he still has the experience of an 8-year-old. He's not going to be able to properly control the clouds just like say someone like Kaido, and therefore he needs help. From time and time again, we have seen this thing happening where Momo in himself is not able to do the things. Yeah, sure, he is the leader, he rose up to the occasion, and he has come a long way from the crybaby which he was when we were introduced to him in Punk Hazard. But even then, he is not alone in this journey, and that is essentially the core motto of One Piece, that people need to rely on others. Momo needed to rely upon the Red Scabbards, Momo needed to rely upon Shinobu, and Momo essentially needed to rely upon the Straw Hats as well, specifically Luffy. But I feel like Luffy's involvement here is going to end at this particular moment, especially on Wano, because Luffy is going to face off against Kaido on the other hand, and Momo is most likely going to handle the situation of Onigashima falling over to the Flower Capital. He will initially succeed, like he will be able to wrap around his body and use the thunder clouds to somewhat stabilize this island, but this is a very big island, this is a very heavy island, and he does not have the experience or expertise to understand how all of these things work. He is still a child, an inexperienced child in the body of a 28-year-old, and this element is definitely going to come into the equation. And guess what? Who is going to be the X factor here? It is none other than Usopp. I feel like Usopp is somehow going to reach the Flower Capital, and from there he is going to provide an essential support to Momo when he sort of is not able to handle the weight of Onigashima anymore, and he is most probably going to sort of fall, or at least start to fall towards the Flower Capital. At that very moment, God Usopp rises to the occasion and saves people and becomes the Masiha. He literally becomes the savior for everyone. Now, how is it going to happen? I feel like the answer is in the very name of this place. This is the Flower Capital. It's going to be very poetic, it's almost there to us, it's almost given to us. Usopp is going to use his green shots. Now here I am a little bit confused because he definitely has the powers of Rafflesia, but Rafflesia is not going to suit the occasion because Rafflesia gives off a very pungent odor. It gives off a rotting meat smell, a rotten egg smell, so it's kind of not going to come into the entire proper narrative of Wano Kuni's Flower Capital. I guess he is going to involve some other flower, some massive flower which is going to encompass the entire area and is probably just going to provide a cushion for Onigashima to land above the Wano Kuni's Flower Capital. In this manner, Momo is going to suppress the inertia of the falling Onigashima, and on the other hand, Usopp is going to provide the cushion for the safe landing of the island on top of the Flower Capital so that there is very minimal damage and absolutely no casualty. And because of this, since he is in the part of the crowd, since everyone literally witnesses his actions, he's going to be cheered as the Masiha of Wano. Obviously Momo is there, who is going to be the next shogun, but along with that, the legacy of this Straw Hat member is going to be immortalized on the islands of Wano. Thereby he's going to come one step closer to completing his dream of becoming a brave warrior of the sea. So this is my quick theory in regards to God Usopp. So what do you guys think about all of these things? Please do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. So that's it for today guys, thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel for more. This is WonderYZ and I'll see you all on the next run. In the meantime, be sure to join the channel membership for some very cool perks and features and join our Discord server for more discussions. This is WonderYZ, see you all on the next run.